Jose Aldo is going to come out of retirement, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to be facing Jonathan Martinez at UFC 301. I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I think about this decision from Jose Aldo, given the fact that he is 37 years old. He's coming out of a 2-year retirement to face a very, very challenging opponent. I'm going to tell you guys my thoughts on it, but before we do, go ahead and leave a like under this video, leave a comment, and consider subscribing, and let's go ahead and get into the discussion. Okay, so Jose Aldo is going to be fighting Jonathan Martinez in a bantamweight bout. Let's go ahead and talk about Jose Aldo first. Okay, Jose Aldo, obviously one of the GOATs in the division, has been tried multiple times. He's definitely battle-tested, a GOAT, right? A GOAT in the MMA world, without a doubt. But let's just be honest, man. It's going to be a very dangerous fight for him, given the fact that he's just coming out of retirement after 2 freaking years. And there's a lot of fighters out there that have taken retirement and come back, and they don't perform like they used to. Jose Aldo, his last fight was against Merab Dvalishvili, and he lost that fight. But before that, he was in a 3-fight winning streak. And I know it's been 2 years since we've last seen Jose Aldo, but in my opinion, I feel like maybe he just won't come back the same. You know, I think that's the biggest thing to bet on. Is Jose Aldo gonna be ready for this fight? Is he gonna be ready, you know, to perform the way that we all expect Jose Aldo to perform? And if he doesn't, I just don't expect him to win this fight, if I'm being completely honest. I think if we look at a fighter like Henry Cejudo, he's a good example of a fighter who went into retirement, came back, and now he's in a losing streak. I feel like Jose Aldo could probably be in a similar situation, but that's all going to be depending on, you know, how he prepares for this fight. And honestly, I think we're going to get a good feel of where Jose Aldo's is. Literally the first round of this fight is going to give us a good idea of where Jose Aldo is, you know, at his current level in the first round against Jonathan Martinez. But this is a very big risk for Jose Aldo, and I think, and this is just my opinion, I feel like he is definitely not going to be the favorite in this fight. If I'm just being completely honest, I feel like Jonathan Martinez is going to be the obvious favorite coming into this fight. Now, Jonathan Martinez, he is in a 6-fight winning streak. His last loss was in 2021 against Davey Grant. But since then, he's beat, you know, a couple good fighters, right? He has wins over Cub Swanson. He has a win over Said Nurmagomedov. For those of you guys that don't know, he is a fighter that has a very high percent win rate in his professional MMA career. And of course, he's beat the hometown hero from my city, Adrian Yanez. But yeah, Jonathan Martinez, he's a very, very good fighter. He's a southpaw, right? So this fight is going to obviously take place in the open stands for the most part, because we know that Jose Aldo is an orthodox fighter. But in my opinion, Jonathan Martinez is one of those guys that has very, very, very good decision making. Like, he has really, really good decision making. He knows his strengths, right? And he knows when and when not to pick shots. And whenever he's going to fight Jose Aldo, this is obviously going to be a huge test for him, because, you know, we know that Jose Aldo likes to strike. We know that he likes to strike, and Jonathan Martinez does also. He has a disposition that, in my opinion, is very easy to observe, that Jonathan Martinez likes to fight from a distance. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this fight plays on, being the longer, taller guy that Jonathan Martinez is, how he's going to approach this fight, you know, whenever he does put the pace a little bit on someone like Jose Aldo, who's been proven to be a very dangerous striker in his time. It's going to be very interesting to see where Jose Aldo is going to fall into the rankings, in my opinion, because I've been saying this since the beginning of the year. The bantamweight division, without a doubt, is the most deep division in terms of skill out of all the divisions in the UFC, and I don't think there's a real there shouldn't be a debate about that, because let's just go over a couple of the names. We got Pedro Munoz ranked the lowest at number 15. We got Jonathan Martinez, who, even though he's in a 6-fight winning streak, ranked number only 14. We got Dominic Cruz, 11, former champion. Usman Nurmagomedov, a fighter, right, who is a huge prospect in the division, ranked number only 10, right? Everybody doesn't want to fight him. His last fight was against a fighter who just the UFC had barely even signed. and he was the only fighter to ever accept a fight against Umar Nurmagomedov. We got Davison Figueiredo, former champion, Song Yadong, who had a very good performance against Peter Yan. I think if he goes back and tweaks some things, he could make another run at going up at the rankings as well. We got Henry Cejudo, ranked at number 6, former champion. Marlon Vera, I know that he didn't have the best performance against Sean O'Malley, but without a doubt, he's still a very, very good fighter. We got Peter Yan, obviously, former champion, very, very good fighter. We got Corey Sandhagen, in my opinion, I think the biggest threat to Sean O'Malley's championship reign. We got Murad Davalishvili, which is a very, very good fighter. And of course, we got Sean O'Malley, who just put on probably performance of the year, if I'm being completely honest. Even though we are still very early in 2024, Sean O'Malley put on a great performance against, Marlon Chito Vera. With Jose Aldo coming back, it's going to be very interesting to see where he is ranked between all these other very, very good, highly competitive fighters. And in my opinion, it's going to make the bantamweight division even deeper. Without risk, there is no reward, ladies and gentlemen. And obviously, Jose Aldo is taking a huge risk fighting these young and hungry fighters. Jonathan Martinez has definitely impressed me with his decision-making skills and, fighting smart fights against very, very tough opponents. Obviously, Jose Aldo has been a former champion, so this is going to be a huge test for Jonathan Martinez as well. But I'd be lying to you guys if I told you that I was confident in Jose Aldo winning this fight, given the fact that, there's a couple fighters out there that have come back from retirement and not have, a lot of success coming back to high-level competition. And that just might be the case, if I'm being completely honest. I feel like Jonathan Martinez right now has a lot of momentum in his career, and we might see Jonathan Martinez walk away with the win. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, it's a pleasure talking to each and every single one of you guys. Peace out and have a good one.